I saw this recently on eBay at what seemed to be quite a reasonable price. It's just arrived this afternoon. The box is a little bit tatty, but let's have a look inside and see what the radio looks like. Okay, we've got a power lead, plenty of bits of packing. Let's see if we can get the main event out of here. Okay, just move the box out of the way. So, this is a Vertex standard VX1700. I've also seen it called a Yaesu VX1700, but it's an HF transceiver, but it's a commercial one, not really aimed at the amateur radio market, but there are a few of them I think around in use on the amateur bands. And we've also got the matching microphone there, so we'll get it into the shack, plug it in and see if it does anything. Hopefully it does. An interesting, quite a robust looking radio. Looks in fairly good condition on first inspection. A little bit of a dusting perhaps required, but that's about it. So there we go, the VX1700. Basically HF coverage, 0 to 30 megs. There it goes. Let's try it in the shack. Right, here it is in the shack, sitting on top of my old Drake ATO. The power lead on this radio had power poles on the end, and the only thing I had to suit that to hand is my LifePo 4 portable battery. So that's what I've got it hooked up to as a power supply. I'll make up a lead for one of my PSUs in the shack. But just looking at the power supply, radio draws about 0.7 amps on receive. So that's not bad at all, actually. Probably make quite a nice portable set. Anyway, it seems to be functioning. Let's just turn up the volume here. And we'll go through 20 meters. Can alter these steps, but I'm leaving it in 1 kilohertz for now. The knob here is a click stop knob rather than a smooth VFO style knob. As always, when I try and do these demos, I'd say conditions are less than brilliant. The band's quite noisy.
Japan Alpha 1, Queen, Japan Echo, Radio 1, Foxtrot Zoo, bye-bye, 73.
Volume's down quite low on this. It's got plenty of got a squelch control here, and there's 4 programmable buttons. I'll just pan over slightly. We've got 4 programmable buttons here. We've got a keypad here, as you can see, squelch control, volume control. This is the tuning knob. We've got a button here marked 2182, which I think is the marine distress frequency. We've got a button marked alarm. There are 3 power settings on this radio, and you can see the low in the display there. I did accidentally find out how to change that power by a number of button presses a little while ago, and I can't remember what I did, so we'll have to do a bit of research there. Radio's transmitting. I think low power is rated at 10 watts, and I'm getting, let's see, let's just make sure that's clear, somebody on that frequency. Okay, radio's not going into TX at the moment for me. I did have it TX in earlier. That's CW, that's AM, that's USB. Let's have a look. Yeah, on the meter in my Drake ATO, I'm not certain how accurate that is, but it's showing around 20 watts there on low power. So all good so far. One of these buttons here steps the frequency down. It's programmed to go down in 1 megahertz, not that one. You see, there we are, that's 100 watts there. Let's just give a little let's move up off that channel because there was someone there. Yeah, I'm not sure about the meter on this at all. Okay, so it's transmitting fine. We need to test the power out into a dummy load. But it's transmitting fine. Let's see if we can go down to 40 meters. Well, no, not that. That's mid. There we are. That's the button. I'll have to get used to this. We need to alter the mode to lower sideband. Let's get into the amateur band here. See if anyone's around. Let's just put the ATO. It's a lot easier with the auto ATO, but here we go. I haven't used the manual ATO for a while. Very noisy on 40. Sounds like a French station there. Let's see if there's any activity on 10 then. Let's go down and around 28. I would imagine as there's a keypad here, there's a way of punching a frequency in, but I don't know how you would go about that at the moment. Switch the ATO out for a second to see if we can get any. Right, there's a local beacon there. Let's see if we can get into CW mode. Yeah, okay. There it is. So it's picking up on 10, okay. G5RV is not very good on 10. I've got a vertical for that, but the 5RV is what we've got plugged in here. So, first impressions, we'll just turn that off. Is everything's working okay. Quite a nice little radio. Uses the standard Yaesu mic with an RJ45 style socket. Plenty of audio from the front facing speaker. Programmable buttons here. Now I've got the cable to go with it. Hopefully I ordered one up. It's here. I haven't tried it yet. So we should be able to program this up. We need to see if we can direct enter frequencies here. That may or may not be possible. The operating manual is very basic and seems to be aimed at someone that's using this radio where it's already programmed with predetermined channels. We'll have a closer look at this in another video and I'll show you the connections on the rear. I think it's quite similar to a lot of amateur radio market Yaesu gear. So if I wanted to use it on data modes, for example, you know, the interface would be the same sort of interface that you'd use with something like an FT450 or an 891 or something like that. We'll also be trying it out on receive. It's got narrow and wide AM filters, so it shouldn't be a bad receiver. And of course it's got channel coverage receive. So we'll be trying that out. And I think it transmits between 1.6 and 30 megs. Obviously we'll only be using it on amateur bands, but it's a commercial product, so it's capable. It comes, you know, capable of transmission outside the amateur bands. Okay, I hope that was of some interest. As I say, it's you know, another radio in the shack. Obviously just what I needed. I don't have many radios, as you've probably seen in previous videos. So we'll be trying this one out and seeing what we think, the Vertex standard VX1700.